Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, stand up pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining. So this is one of the, Japa retreat. One of the Prabhuji, Mahatma Prabhu, is a Prabhupada disciple, senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He lives in Alaska, Florida. I had a little brief chat with him during emails in one of my personal issue. So wonderful devotee, Srila Prabhupada disciple, and he continuously inspire all the ISKCON community. How do we, take seriously take up this chanting process? And he gives good suggestions and good some tips. How do we improve our sadhana? So this is one of the book he has come up with, Jaffa Affirmations by Mahatma Prabhu. I'm just choosing every day we'll read one to get some encouragement. Actually, affirmation means encourages to chant, right? So every day we'll read one. So I'll read this one. I happily and enthusiastically welcome the holy name every japa session. So every day we are spending at least 2 hours. If you want to take shelter at the lotus feet of Guru, so we have to commit for 16 rounds. So 16 rounds takes for 2 hours. So japa session, every day we are doing japa. We are doing service for the pleasure of the Lord, 2 hours of service. How do we do that? I happily and enthusiastically, right? We have read Nectar of Instruction, 3rd verse. Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairyat. Well, enthusiastically welcome the holy name every japa session. Creative a positive mood to welcome the holy name, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, into your heart, just the way you would welcome a special guest into your home. This can be achieved by reading scriptures, offering prayers, or meditating on what you wish to achieve before chanting the Maha Mantra on the japa beads. In this way, by getting in the right state of mind, chanting becomes an exciting opportunity to connect with the Lord. The problem is we lost our connection with Lord. That's why we are doing this japa activity to establish to re-establish our connection with Lord, right? So yeah, we have to do enthusiastically whatever the Krishna conscious activities and services, right? So that is a progression that gives that is the uh, uh, leads us to advanced spiritual life. Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairyat, happily and enthusiastically. So thank you, Subbarao Prabhu, for joining. Actually, after japa, we are reading this one, Prabhu. This is from Mahatma Prabhu, Japa Affirmations. So one inspiration to get us encouraged to chant every day nicely.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Prabhu, I'll just listen to Prabhu participation. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Sure. You can come anytime and you can go anytime. You have multiple things.
Sure, Prabhu.
You have you don't have anything, Prabhu. You don't need to say anything.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. For letting me in.
With Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् ओम पवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावसंगतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षा साभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचिः श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु. So in today's reading, we'll read Bhagavatam first canto, sixth chapter. Right? We completed translations last Friday. So let us go through. Thank you for sharing, Raj Prabhu. Quickly you scanned and send it to us. Appreciated for taking up this service and helping us to read again one more time. Okay, yeah, let us read again. This is in Bhagavatam, first canto, sixth chapter, conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva. Anyway, this chart automatically comes. We'll go through the sections. Let us jump into sections. So 1 to 4, from first verse to fourth verse, Vyasadeva inquires about Narada's life. Hearing about Narada Muni's birth and activities, Vyasadeva inquired. You are able to see my screen, right? Mamata is Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, sure. No.
Actually, in hurry, I sent Prabhuji. It's not.
Prabhu?
It is not that clear, I think, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we'll manage. It's okay. Yeah. First verse, hearing about Narada Muni's birth and activities, Vyasadeva inquired further. Second verse says, what did you do after the departure of the Bhakti Vedantis who instructed you? How did you pass your life after initiation? And how did you attain this body, spiritual body? How did you remember that which happened prior to this day of Brahma? Because time destroys everything. Okay. Okay. This section, 5 to 10 verses. Yeah. Mataji, anybody? Yeah. Next up, please go.
Krishna Prabhuji, Narada speaks about his mother's departure. The great sages, after imparting transcendental knowledge, departed, and I had to pass my life in this way. Tie of affection. I was the only son of my mother, who was a simple maid. Being her only shelter, she bound me with the tie of affection. Maintenance. Not being independent, she could not maintain me properly, although she wanted to. Everyone is like a wooden doll in the hands of a puppet master. Dependence. I was a 5-year-old child living in a Brahmana school. I had no experience of different lands and was dependent on my mother's affection. Mother's departure. One night while going to milk a cow, my mother was bitten by a serpent, influenced by supreme time, Kala Chodita. Special mercy. I took this as the special mercy of the Lord, who always desires benedictions for his devotees. And so thinking, I started for the north. Confidential devotees see the Lord's benedictory directions in every step. Direction.
Thank you, Mother. Yes. One highlighted point: tie of affection, maintenance, dependence. After mother's departure, he completely dependent on Lord. Special mercy. Yeah. Samyukta Mother, please go ahead from this
Hare
section.
Krishna Prabhuji. 11 to 19, Narada's travels, meditation and vision of the Lord. 11 to 13, travels through varieties of the Lord's creation. I passed through many towns, villages, animal farms, mines, agricultural lands, valleys, different gardens and mountains, lakes fit for demigods, with bees and lotuses, as well as deep, dark, dangerously fearful forests, which were the playgrounds of snakes, owls, and jackals. Tired physically and mentally, I took bath and drank water in a river. Thus, I was relieved from my exhaustion. Meditated. Under the shadow of a banyan tree, I meditated on the supersoul, using my intelligence as I had heard from the sages. Krishna appeared. As I meditated upon the Lord's lotus feet with transcendental love, tears rolled from my eyes due to longing, and gradually Krishna appeared on the lotus of my heart. Dhyayatas charanam bhojam bhava nirjita chetasa At Kauntasru Kalakasya Hrudayasin me Saner Harihi. Sanahi gradually means that first the Lord appeared in the heart and then in the three functions of the mind, nose, ear, and eye, so that I could experience the fragrance of his body, the sound of his ankle bells, and the beauty of his face. If leavened, exceedingly overpowered by happiness, every part of my body became separately enlivened. Absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy, I could not see myself or the Lord. Premati bhara nirbhinna pulakango tinivritaha ananda samplave lino napasyam ubhayam mune. Upon losing the form of the Lord, which satisfies the mind, mana kantam, and vanquishes all lamentation, sujapaham, I was perturbed, dissatisfied. Despite my desire and attempts to concentrate and see that form again, I could not see, and thus I was dissatisfied and aggrieved. There is no mechanical process to see the Lord's form. It completely depends upon the Lord's causeless mercy. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna. See, it is completely depends on Lord's causeless mercy. Even though if we are to severe tapasya, unless His mercy comes, no chance. So this is a very beautiful point here mentioned, right? So Sanai means the first the Lord appeared in the heart of Nardamuni, and then in the three functions of the mind, nose, three functions of the mind, nose, ear, and eye. So I could experience the fragrance of his body, the sound of his ankle bells, the beauty of his face. So Krishna appears. So let us wait tears. So this one, experiencing ecstatic love, ecstasy, in ecstasy. These are the ecstatic symptoms, right? Ecstatic symptoms. Tears roll from my eyes. In the Sikshashkam prayers also. Nayanam galadashrudharaya, vadanam gadgada ruddhayagira, pulakair nishitam vapu, tavanam grahane bhavishatu. That means spiritual ecstasy is like that. Tears flowing from torrents of rain, just like torrents of rains. It's a kind of happiness, spiritual happiness. So here also, Lord Narada Muni also experienced the same thing. After meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord, he got that realizations. He is seeing Krishna. That simple is, he is seeing Krishna's appearance. Yeah, this section. Sandhya Mata, you would like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
20 to 25, the Lord instructs and consoles Narada. 20th, seeing my attempts, the Lord, who is inexpressible by words, Agocharo Giram, spoke to me with gravity and pleasing words. Gambira Slakshanaya Vacha. To mitigate my grief. You will not see me again in this lifetime. Those who are incomplete in service, Kuyoginam, immature and root-free from material taints. Avipakwa Kashayanam, cannot see me. Narada might have asked, but show yourself once again to me. To increase your desire for me, I showed myself to you once. The more one hankers for me, the more he will be freed from material desires. Narada actually had no material desires, being at the level of prema already, but by saying this, the Lord increased his humility. However, Narada's infant state of prema in his sadhaka deha has to mature to youthful state of prema in the siddha deha in longing in separation. That youthful prema allows the devotee to see the Lord constantly and serve
Serve him directly.
Okay, serve him directly. Material service has satiation, whereas the spiritual service of the Lord has neither satiation nor end, but the devotee hankers to render it. The Lord glorifies devotional service. By service of the absolute truth and the devotee Sat Sevaya, even for a short time, Adidhyapi, one becomes firmly fixed in me, and after giving up this deplorable world and low-born body, one becomes my associate. Sat Sevaya Dhirghayapi, Jata Mai Drida Matiha, Hitvavadyam Imam Lokam, Ganta Mad Janatam Ashi. Sorry, Prabhuji. Performance of bhakti. Even the time factor cannot destroy one's devotional service. By my mercy, your memory will continue even at the time of creation and annihilation. Then start Supreme Authority, Mahat, who is personified by sound, Nabha Lingam, and unseen by the eyes, Alingam, stopped speaking and I bowed my head in gratitude. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. One point here. Just want to share here. Hmm. 20-second, very, very important. To increase your desire for me, I showed myself to you once. The more one hankers for me, the more he will be freed from material desires. That's anybody explain, please? You are all practicing since. Can anybody shares your views, points? No, the 20-second verse. What does that mean? To increase your desire for me, I showed myself to you once. The more one hankers for me, the more he will be freed from material desires. So here are all of our problems addressed.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, if we remember Krishna every time, all the time, right? So definitely our desire towards that material things, right, automatically will reduce. Otherwise, if we are not thinking of Lord, right, then we see around us what's going on. Definitely, we'll attract towards that one. So if we remember Krishna and totally depend on Krishna, right, then definitely it will reduce our other things.
Yeah,
and we can
nice.
our devotion will increase, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. That is a simple solution. How do we free from get rid of all the material desires, material problems? This is the thing. The more we put ourselves in Krishna consciousness, the activities in Krishna consciousness, slowly we get rid of, and that's the thing. How can we escape from this material? How can we get rid of these problems of life? How can we get rid of those three kleshas? So this is the thing. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Krishna only giving solution in Bhagavad-Gita. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridhavrata. Fixed in determination. Namasyantasya mam bhakti nityayukta upasate. So Narada Muni is giving an example. So only devotional path is addressing everything, right? No. So whatever if we didn't have material desire, we cannot see Krishna. We cannot go back to see. You will not see me again in this lifetime. Those who are incomplete in service, yogina, immature, not free from material taints, cannot see me. Material taint means annasiddhata, desires, selfish motives, attachments, cannot see me. That's where selfless service, devotion service is selfless service, loving devotional service. Love cannot expect, love means selfless, right? Love cannot expect forceful things. It's a voluntary thing. Yeah. Anybody wants to share anything? This is very, very important. The Lord instructs and consoles Narada. Bhujan Dartunadu, ever Bhujan Dartunadu, Narada Muni. The Lord instructs and consoles Narada Muni. 20 to 25 verses. We have to try. We have see that's what Prabhupada writes now. Prabhupada writes what he write, what he is saying. Attached to Krishna, Krishna conscious activities, detached to Maya. Attached to Krishna, detached to Maya. Maya means which is not, which is not Maya, which is not. This material body is not ours. Panchabhutatmaka body, right? Subtle elements, mind, intelligence, and false ego also not ours. Are temporary. Our intelligence is temporary. Our mind is temporary. Our egos are temporary. Only soul is eternal. So Krishna conscious activities address Krishna conscious activities on the soul platform. That's where the eternal life. That's where all the Krishna conscious activities leads to eternal life, and it's never lost. Neha Bikramana Shosti Salpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bhayat. In this endeavor, never lost. Here we continued up to 50%. 51st onwards, next life. No last. Until we reach 100%, we cannot go back to it. Since not free from material taints.
Prabhuji, one more thing Prabhupada has mentioned many times.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Mataji, Chapan.
That when you are thinking of the Supreme Lord, he is basically transcendental. So you are associating with something superior in nature, and material is from the inferior energy of the Lord. Material. So that is why when you are getting a taste of something superior, automatically the taste of something inferior reduces automatically. So
Nice.
yeah, so that's the reason why. So and the process is automatic. You not somebody trying voluntarily to forget material desires. It is our experience that when you are thinking and doing things related to the Lord, automatically you stop thinking about anything which is material.
Somehow my voice could chinna in Mataji.
And one more thing, like Narada in his previous life, like when he was in like a boy kind of birth, previously he did some mistake, like he was born like a Gandharva, and he does some mischievous activities. So he has taken birth as a baby of mother maid servant. So in this life he got the association of Bhakti Vedantas, and all his sinful reactions are curbed, like culminated. So he had some taste, like prema about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but because he has seen only once Krishna, he want to see more and more. So Krishna is here putting his longing nature, so that he can transcend this body and attain the another body, that is Siddha body, like Narada Muni, because Narada Muni is always associated with Lord. So he has given the birth of Narada Muni, like constantly remembering the Supreme Lord. That is the one more thing.
Prabhuji, one more thing. See, Narada is 5 years old and he is a maid servant. But how come he got that association? Is there Krishna mercy in his past karmas, or how come? Why we are not getting that one immediately? So is because of his Gandharva, that's why he got that chance in that way?
Yeah, because of his pious activities. Previously, he was like pious, but somehow mischievous activity, he got degraded, Prabhuji. That's what. And Krishna knows, right, where to give the association of where not to give. So he got the association of Bhakti Vedantas at the age of 5, and he was not interested in anything. He was so observed that whatever they are saying, they are preaching, he was constantly hearing, and he ate the remnants of Bhakti Vedanta. That is the swift deliver. We can swiftly deliver in this pure devotional service when we eat the remnants of Mahabhagavat.
Yes, Mataji, but that is also from his past karma only, right?
Yes,
no one is otherwise no one is getting this type of opportunity as well.
Yeah, we have to desire strongly, Prabhuji.
And we won't know, Prabhuji, I think We should,
Krishna knows everything. Yeah, way to
should
give
also
and
we should also not think that we are not getting, because we are actually getting. How many people, like suppose in Hyderabad, if you see 1.5 crores people, and how many people are actually into the
Krishna
process.
consciousness.
So
Yes.
also we have to understand
Karma.
that there is
our spiritual life is started, Prabhuji. It's going on.
and every
Yes,
day
yes,
we are
Mata.
reading. All this is very rare thing only. So without mercy, how can we get that?
And the advancement depends on our sadhana
Determination
and
only.
Vaishnava Aparadha. Everything counts into it, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Thank you,
Because
Mata.
he is 5 years, he can swiftly progress because he is not attached to anything. Yeah.
We got the association of the Bhakti Vedantis, right? That's a mercy. Mercy shown through, Krishna's mercy is shown through Bhakti Vedantis. So he got that, mercy. Right. We'll complete this. Who else? Yeah. Praveen Prabhu, you can choose some verses.
Let Puja Mata.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah. Mata.
Narada's full perfection. Narada follows the Lord's instructions until death. I repeatedly chanted the Lord's holy name and fame, ignoring all formalities of the material world, and thus I traveled being satisfied, humble, and non-envious. Envious. Namani antasya hata tarpa pathan guhyani bhadrani kritani cha simran gam paryatmas tasta mana gata sparha kalam pratikshan bimado bimatsraha. Death. In due course of time, I who was absorbed in Lord Krishna and thus detached and freed from all material taints, met with death, spiritual body. Quitting the material body made of 5 elements, I received a spiritual body befitting an associate of the Lord. Vyasadeva might have asked, if you have an eternal body, then why are you considered to have been born from Brahma in this Sambhava Manvantra? At the end of the previous Kalpa, when the Lord breathed in at the time of universal devastation, I entered his body along with Brahma. After 1,000 yuga cycles, when Brahma woke up, I also appeared along with the 10 rishis. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, complete it. Yeah. 31.
Liberated spaceman. Since then, by Lord Vishnu's grace, I travel unrestrictedly, abhigata gatiha, both in the spiritual and material worlds, since I am fixed in unbroken devotional service. Power of chanting. Thus I travel constantly, singing Hari Katha and playing this veena gifted to me by the Lord. As soon as I chant the Lord, whose activities are pleasing to hear, Priya Sarva at once appears in Shrava at once appears in my heart as if called for. Pragayatha Sava Viryani Tritirtha Pada Priya Sarva. Shrava. Uhuta iva mi sigraham darshanam yati chetasi. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mother. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see. Last section. Raju Prabhu, please read. 34, 38. 4 verses.
Narada concludes his instructions and departs. Harikatha, the boat to cross material ocean. Ita dai atura chittanam For those who are full of material anxieties, matra sparshecha muha, due to constantly desiring sense objects, bhava sindhu palvo drishto. The most suitable boat to cross the material ocean is Hari Charan Hari Hari Charya Nu Varnanam. The constant recitation of the activities of the Lord Hari. No one can stop thinking, feeling, willing, or working process. But if one wants to actual happiness, one must change the subject matter from the mundane subject to the activities of Lord Krishna, and it is eternal associates. Service to Mukunda. The soul afflicted by lust and greed is not as satisfied by the Ashtanga Yoga and other paths as by direct service to the Lord Mukunda. As you have asked, and for your satisfaction, I have explained my birth and activities for self-realization. Having thus spoken by Vyasadeva, Narada departed, vibrating his veena and wandering at his free will. All glories to Narada Muni, who glorifies the Lord while taking pleasure himself and leavening all the distressed souls. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. 34 verse is important verse, very, very important. To cross the boat, to cross material ocean. What is that boat? Quickly, let's go to other part. What is that boat?
Harinam.
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 The boat to cross material ocean. Harinam. Hari, the constant recitation of activities of the Lord Hari. Hari Charyanu Varnanam. Bhava Sindhu Plavo Drishto. Most suitable boat to cross material ocean is the constant recitation. Again, that's the thing. So, which boat we want to choose? A material boat or a spiritual boat?
Spiritual boat.
What is that spiritual boat, Puja Mataji?
Chanting, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Service.
Service.
constant recitation. Yes. Haridas Thakur, we have to take inspiration from Srila Haridas, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. 300,000 holy names of every day, right? Satadam Kirtan, the only 2 hours of little rest. Let us whatever capable Krishna is going to give that mercy, will put ourselves, those not only 2 hours, let us spend more. Okay. Yeah. So in this chapter only, the conversation between Narada Muni and Vyasadeva is directly instructing Vyasadeva. Ultimate is Bhakti Yoga, chanting, hearing, remembering, right? Regulative principles of Bhakti. Satatam Kirtayantam. No. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. The same. Satatam Kirtayantam also 24 hours chant. Same. So, okay. Thank you all for reading. So we didn't get a chance for all of us, but at least we hear. Okay. Yeah. So actually, I just put this one 10 minutes of because whoever not in Bhakti Shastri, it's up to Mataji. It's up to you, Sandhya Mataji, Samyukta Mataji, and yeah, because you are not in, you haven't registered Bhakti Shastri. That's okay. This I'm planning to do 10 minutes sloka recitation for our sloka recitation test for next month. We have Bhagavad-Gita slokas. Every day we are planning to do 1 or 2 verses practice. Like there are 12 slokas in our Bhagavad-Gita test. If you want to hear, it is beneficial for you, Mataji, Samyukta Mataji, Sandhya Mataji, Praveen Prabhu, Akinchan Prabhu. We are all students of Bhakti Shastri course. So we want to do every day 10 minutes of recitation. It's up to you, Mata. You can stay or you can log off. It's your time. Okay. So we want to do practice every day 1 or 2 slokas. Okay. So I'm sharing Mataji. So let me do that. You're able to see my
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, we are able to see.
Yes. So today we'll do 2 verses. I will do, and each some of you recite one time. 8:40, 8:45, maximum 8:45. Let us wind up because we have offices and we have to connect and work. Okay. So let me share slide mode. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. Chapter 2, 7 rules. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yashreyasya nischitam bruhi tanme sisyaste ham sadhimam tvam prapannam. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यश्रेयस्या निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्ते हम साधिमां त्वं प्रपन्नम् कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावा पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यश्रेयस्या निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्ते हम साधिमां त्वं प्रपन्नम्. So 3 times నేను చేస్తున్నాను, ఇట్స్ అప్ టు యూ. ఒక్కొక్కసారి మీరు అనండి, తర్వాత ఒక్కొక్కటి చదువుదాము. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్.
Let me cite Prabhuji. One second Prabhuji. Okay, Giriraj Prabhuji. Okay, ఇది కార్పణ్య దోషోక్త అట్లా సెకండ్ అట్లా చెప్తే అది గ్రాస్ప్ చేయగలుగుతాము ఏమో.
అట్లనే సినానిమ్స్ వర్డ్ బై వర్డ్ అట్లనే రాశారు కదా ప్రభు. అంటే మనము ఇది పెద్ద శ్లోకం ఉంది కాబట్టి ఒక చిన్న మీటర్ ఉంటది. ఇప్పుడు ఆ సాంగ్ లాగా కార్పణ్య దోషోపహత స్వభావం అంటే దీనిలో చిన్న శ్లోకాలు 4 కొన్ని చిన్న శ్లోకాలు ఉంటాయి, దానికి 1 మీటర్ ఉంటది. పెద్ద శ్లోకాలు 1 మీటర్ ఉంటది అట్లా. సో ఇట్స్ వస్తాయి ప్రభు. దాన్ని మీరు ఇంకోటి నిన్న మీరు పెట్టారు మెసేజ్ కష్టము అదేదని ప్రభు. ఈ మీరు కూడా ప్రీచ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో కూర్చున్నారు, సడన్గా డిసైడ్ చేశారనుకోండి, సడన్గా గుర్తొచ్చేసలేదు. ఇట్ అట్రాక్ట్స్ ఎ లాట్. అరే ప్రభుజీ చాలా అథెంటిక్ గా కోట్ చేస్తున్నాడు, ప్రాపర్ వర్స్ కరెక్ట్ టైం వస్తుంది. ఈ వర్స్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద వర్స్ రైట్ ఎట్ దిస్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లం నేర్చుకోవాలి ప్రభు. అది కొంచెం కష్టపడి. ఇంకోటి మనం కింద మీద చదివినా కూడా వి నెవర్ ఫెయిల్. కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్ మూవ్మెంట్, శ్రీ చైతన్య మహాప్రభుస్ మూవ్మెంట్, నోబడీ ఫెయిల్స్. లీలాం ప్రభు సేస్. సో నమో మహావదన్యాయ, munificent, most merciful Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so practice like that. So let me read. Karpanya of miserliness, dosha by the weakness, upahata being afflicted, swabhava characteristics, prichami I'm asking, tvam unto you, dharma religion, sammudha bewildered, chetaha in heart, yat what, shreya all good, yes shreya actually yes shreya cc అని కలిపి శ్రేయ, ఇది శ్రేయ ఆల్ గుడ్, స్యాత్ maybe, నిశ్చితం confidently, బ్రూహి tell, tanme that me, that me unto me, shishyaha disciple, te your, aham I am, sadhi just instruct, mom me, tvam unto you, prapannam surrender. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. మనకు ఈచ్ వర్డ్ ఉన్నట్టు బట్టి రావాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, మనకు ఐడియా ఉంటాయి మెయిన్ పాయింట్స్. సో ఈజ్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్ అబౌట్ హిస్ డ్యూటీ, ఈ లాస్ట్ హిస్ కంపోజర్ అర్జున. దట్స్ వై హి గాట్ miserly weakness. In this situation, in this condition, he is asking Krishna's help. I'm asking you to tell me edi for certain what is best for me, which is best for me. Now I am your disciple. Sisyasteham sadhimam tvaprapanna. Last line చాలా మన ప్రీచింగ్ లో కోట్ చేస్తాం. అన్ని అడుగుతున్నాడు అన్నమాట. ఇంకా నేను నీ డిసైపుల్ ని నాకు ఇన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయి. ఐ ఆమ్ యువర్ డిసైపుల్, ఎ సోల్ సరెండర్ అంటూ యూ, ప్లీజ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్ట్ మీ. శిష్యస్యేహం సాధిమాం త్వాం ప్రపన్నం. సో అట్లా జస్ట్ పాయింట్స్ చూసుకొని ఫస్ట్ శ్లోక రిసైడ్ చేయండి, తర్వాత కొన్ని వర్డ్స్, అండ్ ఈ థీమ్ మనకి ఎగ్జాక్ట్ బట్టి వాళ్ళకి పడాల్సిన అవసరం, జస్ట్ ఒక ఐడియా కోసం. నౌ ఐఎమ్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్, Confused about what? My duty. Due to what happened, I lost my composure and I got some weakness. In this condition, I'm asking your help to tell me certain the best. The best అనేది ఉంది ఇక్కడ characteristic in her good. Shreya, all good. I am your disciple. Shishya said, I am your disciple. Sadhimam Swam Prapannam. I am your disciple and soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. So practice చేసేస్తే భయపడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Just regularly every day. Okay. So ఇంకో వర్స్ చేద్దామా? 3 minutes ఉంది. ఇంకో వర్స్ చేద్దామా?
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, let us go to other one. Actually, second chapter there are 4 verses. Okay. Second chapter there are 4 verses. So this one.
Shall we recite the first one at least one time?
Sorry. Today you'll we all practice one time. Yeah. Same that tune. Arpanyadoshopahatha svabhava pruchami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yashreyasyanishchitam brohitanme sisyaste ham sadhimam tvam prapannam. Like that. Read. Do it.
Shall I recite, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहता स्वभावा पृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसमूढचेता यश्रेयस्यानिशितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यास्तेऽहं साधिमं त्वं प्रपन्नम्.
Inko Prabhuji's mother is, yeah.
Arpanyadosho pृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यच्छ्रेयस्या निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all my composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shall I try, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please try.
Okay. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prachami tvam dharma samruddha cheta echeryasyan nichatam bruddhithan me sishyate hamsadi mam tvam prapanam.
Multiple times Jayan Prabhu. You can.
Okay. Prasad Prabhuji, you go to Google, YouTube, okay, and just type Bhagavad-Gita 2.7. There is so many, so that you have to recite, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Praveen Prabhu. Whoever wants to do one or two times.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, Mata, please do it.
Karpanyadosho pravata svabhava pृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसमूढचेता यश्रेयस्या निशितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्य तेऽहं साधिमां त्वं प्रपन्नम्. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you, Mata. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I will also try once.
Yeah, you try. You are a prospective student for Bhakti Shastri next batch.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prashyami tvam dharma samudha cheta yashreyasya nishitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam.
One last time we'll wind up. Okay. So Subhara Prabhu.
Vishyavitam dharma samudha cheta yashreyasanishitam bhuvitanme shishyasteham sadhivapam prapannam.
Translation. Sir, translation chadandi Prabhu. Yeah. Okay. Subhara Prabhuji, you wanna try? Haribol?
You really want me to try, Prabhu? You want to listen to that?
You try, Prabhu. It's okay, Prabhu. Nobody is perfect in this material world, okay?
Karpanya dosho pahato swabhava pruchami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yachreyasya nishchetam bruhitan me sishyaste ham sadimam tvam prasannam. Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna. I'm reading
Hare
from
Krishna.
Telugu book, Prabhu. So,
చదవండి ప్లీజ్, చదవగలరు.
Telugu translation చదవమంటారా?
యా, అద్భుతం, మీరు ఉండాలి, చదవాలి.
ఆ ఎందలి కార్పణ్య దోష కారణమున నేను ఇప్పుడు స్వధర్మ విషయమున మోహము చెంది శాంతిని కోల్పోయింది. ఇట్టి స్థితిలో ఏది నాకు మిక్కులు హితకరమో నిశ్చయముగా తెలుపమని నిన్ను నేను అడుగుచున్నాను. నేనిప్పుడు నీకు శిష్యుడును మరియు శరణాగతును. దయచేసి నాకు ఉపదేశము కావింపుము.
హరి బోల్, హరి బోల్. ఇది అందరి పరిస్థితి. యాక్చువల్ అర్జునుడు అంటే మనమే, అక్కడనే మన అందరి పరిస్థితి. ఇఫ్ యూ సరెండర్ టు కృష్ణ,
recitation I still have a long way to go, Prabhu.
ఇట్స్ ఓకే ప్రభు, వస్తుంది ఈజీ, ఖచ్చితంగా వస్తుంది. ఎందుకు రాదు? కృష్ణాస్ మర్సీ ఇస్ దేర్, ఎస్పెషల్లీ లార్డ్ శ్రీ చైతన్య మహాప్రభు మీ సర్వీస్ లను చూసి ఇస్తాడు. అది కూడా ఖచ్చితంగా.
గిరిరాజ్ ప్రభు మెర్సీ కూడా కావాలి.
గిరిరాజ్ ప్రభు ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ ఫాలెన్ అండ్ నో కంట్రోల్, కంట్రోల్డ్, నో కంట్రోలింగ్ లేదు మనకు. ఫాలెన్, కండిషన్డ్, డిగ్రేడెడ్, అన్ని ఏది అనుకుంటాను. ఓకే,
ఎంత హంబుల్గా ఉండాలి మనం చూసి నేర్చుకోవాలి ప్రభు. ఎలా హంబుల్గా ఉండాలో నేను చూసి నేర్చుకోవాలి.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు, కొంచెం ఇది కొన్ని టిప్స్ ఇవ్వండి ప్రభు. హౌ టు రిమెంబర్ ద సినోనిమ్స్ అంటే మీనింగ్. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు రిమెంబర్ ప్రభు.
Sloka remembrance is the biggest problem, Prabhu. Sloka
అది కొంచెం వస్తాయి ప్రభు, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి వస్తాయి. ఇనిషియల్ గా మేము యుఎస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు మా పిల్లలతోని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేవాళ్ళం ప్రభు. అప్పుడు 3-4 సార్లు ప్రాక్టీస్, శ్లోకం వచ్చిన తర్వాత వి పుట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ పేపర్ టు స్టిక్ టు మైండ్. ఇంకా ఒకసారి 2-3 సార్లు రాస్తే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. అట్లా
సినోనిమ్స్ రాయాలా ప్రభుజీ?
శ్లోకం రాసి మీనింగ్. మేము సినోనిమ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు, శ్లోక అండ్ మీనింగ్ అంతే.
ఒక లెక్చర్ చూసాను ప్రభుజీ దీని గురించి. ఫస్ట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ డౌన్ ద శ్లోక, రైట్ ఇన్ వన్ with lots of gap between each word. On the word, on each word, write down the meaning of that. And
actually,
find the flow of it. It's just like learning any other language, actually. But pronunciation is important because that's what they'll see in the shloka. So karpanya, till you get mastery over the word, you have to keep repeating it to yourself. Karpanya, Karpanya. And this is, in fact, Bhagavad-Gita is easier, but in Bhagavatam, you will see that there are so many complicated words. So it is easy to see this transliteration that Prabhupada has given. He is actually breaking the sandhis also, like dosho pahata. So he has given dosha upahata. When you understand the meaning of each and how they have come together to form a single word. So all that we will have to appreciate. There are only 12 shlokas and we have 1 month. We can definitely do it. So there is nothing to worry. 1 day dedicate to each shloka or 2 days dedicate to each shloka and you will get it. And like Giriraj Prabhu said, Praveen Prabhu said, there are online, there are this ones, YouTube mein, you have, you can listen many times. Hearing is the main thing. When you hear many times, automatically and repeat along with them, then you will get the correct pronunciation. Otherwise, we'll keep making wrong pronunciation. Wrong pronunciation in shloka is not good. Matlab, we are totally changing the meaning of the word if we pronounce it wrongly. Might as well we say it inside our mind, but practice it along with the recitation which is coming on the YouTube.
It sticks to,
yeah.
Yes, correct, Mataji.
Prabhuji, and one more thing, this last sloka test, because after closing eyes, right, we are getting confused. So that is also we have to practice this in that way. Even in my this recitation, I was trying to close my eyes and I was forgetting. So we have to practice in that way as well.
Just have to practice with closed eyes, Prabhuji. All the time we have to practice with closed eyes. Even then,
Exam
Yes,
also like
Mataji,
that, no?
otherwise it's very, very confusing there. You cannot recite, you will forget.
yeah, even then we'll forget. Even by closing eyes, if we practice, because that day I practiced from morning to evening. My slot was at 4 o'clock, despite which I forgot. So that is not in control, but effort matters. So just keep making the effort. I think that should work.
Yes, yes. And remember this, every day you are practicing, you are with Krishna again. These are the who spoke in all this, right? Directly from lotus mouth of Krishna, right? Song of God, Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavad-Gita.
Hare Krishna,
Song of
Prabhuji.
And one more thing, we should not practice like shloka. We should practice like song. Because in the childhood, we used to listen so many songs and we have to buy heart that songs which are favorable and we have to sing that. So in the same way, we have to love
Sing
the
along.
song and we have to recite like a song. Like you have to sing like a song daily, like 3 times in a daytime or 4 times. Whatever you are doing, you can sing this song. So you may remember that. Yeah.
Correct.
What's translation if you get to know also.
That
Like that.
actually I do the same thing. When I learn the new shloka, I'll be constantly reciting the same shloka throughout the day, so that it will be easy for us to remember. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. See you all tomorrow then. Okay. Practice it. I'll share some links. Let us see.
I have shared Prabhuji, Balagopal. Actually, those are nice, Prabhuji.
Okay. Chalo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Transcendental book reading. Have a happy Krishna conscious day. We end with this last statement. Have a happy Krishna